Hi, I'm Jeremy Nicholas. Welcome to Every Day in February. We've only got 2 more after this one. And today we're going to talk about PowerPoint. And many of you have been emailing me saying, when are you going to talk about PowerPoint? Because for some people, PowerPoint's just the be-all and end-all of presentations, particularly in business. Now, I compare lots of business events, and that means that I watch an awful lot of boring business speakers who overload their PowerPoint presentations with graphs and slides and so much information, and it's just boring. And the reason they do it is because they think it makes them better. They're more important. Their boss will be impressed. Look how much work I've put in. I've done a really complicated PowerPoint slide. Oh, I must be due a promotion. But they're just rubbish, aren't they, Jimbo? They're just rubbish. Okay, I think PowerPoint is good for a couple of things. One is it's quite good for helping you structure your talk and reinforce your message and remind you where you are in your talk. So that in that way it can be very good. But don't use loads and loads of words. Don't use graphs and so many different things like that. Just pick one point you want to make for each slide and just have a few simple words. And to be honest, I don't even use words most of the time. I use pictures. And then it just makes much more of an impact because you can put your picture up on there. At the moment I've just got the words PowerPoint. And that's the trouble with words. People, if you put words up, people can read it quicker than you can say it. So they're already a little bit bored with you because you're behind on the presentation. So I just like to use pictures. So this is my clicker. Let's just have a little click. See what we've got there. PowerPoint can be boring, very boring. See, you've read very boring before I've said very boring, but it doesn't have to be. The other thing also is that I hate to see the back of people's heads when they're turning around to look at their own things. What you need to do is you have your laptop in front of you as your mirror. That's mirror everything up there, so you're looking toward, always looking at the audience. Don't look back there. People for some reason put their laptop behind them and connect it up. The laptop should always be there, and always ask the event organizer, your laptop needs to be in front of you and then linked to the projector like that. If the projector's around the back, you need to just run some long leads or something because you can't keep turning your head. I have a very small, you probably haven't even noticed, I have a very small ball patch. You could probably just about make it out if I turn my head. So I don't like to turn my back on the audience. Now, on your clicker, the most important button is this one, which is the one that makes your screen go black, because then you've completely got the people's attention. If you're not using a clicker, this is something that you should be aware of. Every keyboard, when you're using PowerPoint, if you just press the B button, it goes to black, B for black. How do you make it come back? Oh, I wonder what you do. Oh, let's try pressing B again. Oh, that does it. Marvellous. Okay, so I'd like to use mainly pictures. So there's a picture of my book when I'm talking about my autobiography. I'd put that up there. Let's think about the things that I talk about when I'm speaking, and things that are important to me are West Ham United, my family, and commentating on sports events and things like that. So there's me at the playoff final, West Ham against Blackpool, in the West Ham changing room with the kit man. There's the Bobby Moore statue at Wembley, and I could do some of my anecdotes about Bobby Moore. My family, it's Jimmy and my wife Jeanette. My dad, and anything that reinforces the story, but without taking away from it. So if I'm telling you a story about my dad, and we both love Eric Morecambe, and we both wear glasses, so we're doing the glasses thing there. This is Jimmy. Jimmy, do you remember this? When you had your operation, do you remember that? Oh, you were a bit sore, weren't you, for a few days? And you had to wear that cone, didn't you? And we put you in a carry case, and you were like K9 off Doctor Who, weren't you? Do you remember that? You didn't like it. Not very much. And then lots of my walking with Jimmy is where lots of my stories come from. Children in need. You get the idea. You could easily remember your talk really well and illustrate it by just putting loads and loads of pictures up. If I'm talking about commentating on the London 2012 Paralympic Games athletics, what better than a picture of me in the Olympic Stadium? Me with the rest of the commentary team. And one really interesting part of the closing ceremony was the amazing packed lunches that all the journalists got. And they were in these little globes. So a picture of that. So I hope that's been helpful. Main points, I think, with PowerPoint are don't overload them. Don't overload your slides. Don't use too many words. Do use lots of pictures. And just one other thing about pictures is when I say to people use lots of pictures, they go, where can I get some? Is there like some stock photo thing that I can get pictures from, copyright free pictures? Take your own. Take your own pictures. Everyone's got a camera, even if it's on your phone, your iPhone. I know everyone loves using iPhones for absolutely everything, but use a camera, take some pictures, personalise it, tell your story, not somebody else's. Don't go looking for stuff in stock albums. For heaven's sake, take pride in your own work. Use your own pictures. Okay, that's rant over. We've only got 2 more days to go, but that's been every day in February. From me, Jeremy Nicholas, and Jimmy Choo, it's goodbye. Say goodbye, Jimmy. Goodbye, Jimmy. Do you want to do some flying? Okay.